Friends, when it comes to Indian polity, remembering the articles is the key aspect. And for most of us, remembering these articles becomes very difficult. What happens if I am able to give you a shortcut trick and we are able to work on it and make polity simple and easy? Hello aspirants, my name is Sonar and today I am going to give you one such trick by using which you will be able to relate various central provisions with the state level provisions just by using a number 89. So friends, without any further delay, let us start the topic. So friends, many provisions in the Indian constitutions of the central level have similar provision in the state level but by a difference of 89 number or 89 articles. And today we are going to use that and develop a technique by which we can relate various central level articles or union level articles with that of the state level. Okay. So friends, without any further delay, I am going to tell you that take an article number for a central provision, add 89 to it, and in most of the cases, you will see that you are getting a corresponding provision of the state level. So, I am going to give you certain examples now. What are these? Friends, Article 72 of the Indian Constitution states the pardoning power of the President. Now, this is very easy. Article 72. But now, if we are adding 89, 72 plus 89, it will be 161. Now, this 161 gives the governor power to grant pardons. Is the trick working? Yes, friends, it is working. Now, Article 74 states that the Council of Ministers to aid and advise the President. The Council of Ministers to aid and advise the President, which means the President shall be working only on the advice of the Council of Ministers. If we are adding 89 to Article 74, we are getting 163. That is Council of Ministers to aid and advise the governor at the state level. So, union level, we are adding 89, we are getting the similar article in the state level. Article 75 states that the appointment of the ministers in the union level. Article 164, that is after adding 89, we are getting appointment of ministers in state level. Appointment of all the ministers, that is the Council of Ministers. Okay. So, this is the provision. If we are adding 189 with 75, we are getting Article 164. Similarly, Article 76 states that there shall be an Attorney General for India. That is the highest law officer for the government of India. If we are adding 89, we are getting 165. That is, friends, Advocate General of the state. That is the highest law officer for the state. Moving towards the next slide, friends, we are having Article 77. It tells us about the conduct of business of the government of India. Similarly, if we are adding 89 with it, we are getting 166. We are getting 166 with that. Okay. And it states conduct of business of the government of the state. Okay. Article 78 states duties of the Prime Minister. If we are adding 89, it will be getting Article 167 duties of the Chief Minister. Okay. Article 79 states with the Constitution of the Parliament. What will be the Constitution of the Parliament or the composition of the Parliament? And Article 168 states with the Constitution of State Legislature. What is the composition of Parliament, friends? The President, the Lok Sabha and the Rajya Sabha is the composition, whereas The composition of the state legislature includes state legislative assembly, state legislative council, and the governor. Moving towards the next slide, friends, we have Article 80, that is composition of Rajya Sabha. If we are adding 89 with it, we are getting 169. That is the composition of state legislative council. But the state legislative council is not present in every state. Okay, wherever applicable. Okay. Article 81 deals with the composition of the House of the people, that is the Lok Sabha, whereas Article 170 deals with the similar house but that of state level, that is the state legislative assembly, also known as Vidhan Sabha of each state. Friends, moving towards the next slide, we have Article 85. Article 85 tells us about the various sessions of the parliament, whereas if we are adding 89 with it, we are getting 174 that deals with various sessions of the state legislature. Article 86 tells us about the president's address to the parliament. President's address, which means president has the right to address every house of the parliament, whereas Article 175 tells us about the governor's right to address in the state legislature, that is the state legislative assembly and the state legislative council wherever applicable. Now, Article 87 of the Indian Constitution deals with the special address by the president after commencement of every session of the parliament. Not technically session, friends. Article 87, special address given by the president at the beginning of the parliament after the general elections. Article 176 deals with the same special address given by the governor but at the state level. So friends, see, in this particular video, we were able to deal with 22 articles in such an easy manner. Why? Because we were able to relate it. We were able to relate it. And believe me, friends, if you are able to relate things in polity, polity will become very easy for you. So this was all from my side. If you want to learn more topics in a simple and interesting manner, stay connected with Edufy.